Okay, I've got a bit of a fruity cough this morning, so apologies. And also, I've got the heater on. I'm going to keep the heater on until anyone rocks up because it's freezing in here. And I'm just masking out some sketchbook pages. No idea if this is going to work. Okay, I've masked out a page. I'm going to do some drawing. I'm going to use these flowers. Hi, Hannah. I'm drawing your flowers that you bought me. Not very well, but that's what I'm doing. I've lost my place already. I can't remember which pencil I was on. I don't think I should be doing this because I can't multitask. So apologies in advance. I'm not one for. I can't draw and talk and look at the screen, but I'll try. Hannah, can I check? Can you hear the heater? Do I need to turn the heater off? There's somebody else here. I can't see who's here. You can't hear it. Oh, fine. I'm going to leave the heater on then because it's freezing in here today. How is your day going? Oh, I'm finding this all very odd. Not gonna lie. I'm used to talking to myself when I'm sat in here, not talking to other people. So I'm going to try and draw some daisies, but it's not going well at the moment. Yeah. Can you hear me talking to? No, I can't hear you talking to the TV. Am I meant to be able to hear you talking to the TV? Because I don't think it's a two-way thing. It's not like FaceTime, Hannah. Now, what I can't work out is to see who's here. I can see there's two people here, but I don't know who the other person is. Let me see if I can work out who that is. Oh, I think it might just be me and you. Actually, I am the second person. So, are you going to do some drawing alongside me, Hannah, or are you doing something more interesting? What I realised, the eating cake sounds good. I did bring myself. Did you see what I brought in? I figured it's a birthday live stream, so I do need to have some treats. I was going to do it so that I had an overhead camera on so that you could see what I'm drawing, because I've realised this is really boring because all you can see is my face. But I couldn't work out how to do that. I think I probably need to have downloaded a different app so that I can have two screens, but I didn't have time to do that, so I wasn't clever enough. What I might do though is, I don't know how I could do it to angle you, because you're on a laptop. Oh. Is that, I mean, you still can't see a lot. There we go. At least looks like I'm drawing something, doesn't it? Oh, look, it's full. Hello, everybody that's here. I was just saying I can't work out how to find out who's here. So, apologies. I am. Oh, hello. There's Mark. Who else is here? There must be a way of seeing. You know, like when you're in a meeting, a Teams meeting, and you can see who's in the meeting with you. There must be a way of doing that, but I don't know what that is. I'm going to keep pressing buttons till I suss it out. Participants, there we go. It's saying there's 4 people here, but I can only see 3. But that's okay. So the plan is, I was just going to do some drawing of some flowers and chat and eat these. What I might do is show you what I got. I've got a present today and I was going to play with them, so maybe we'll do that rather than me concentrating on drawing. So one of my friends at work bought me some brushes. I mean, one can never have enough brushes, can one? So some brushes. They look like they're a selection of different types. And this, which I've never seen before, which is liquid watercolor paint. I wonder, I feel it like it's probably going to be a bit like a ink, like a watercolor ink. Let me grab something to open it. Okay. I've had a little bit of a tidy up in here, you'd be pleased to know. I can see a little bit of floor. So these are from Sostringren. I don't know how you say it. Sostringren. I think they've opened. There's one of them. The nearest one's to us. I think there's one in Norwich and one in Cambridge, but I've never been. But I got a couple of gifts from there this year, so I feel like probably worth a visit. Well, these are cute just for the bottles alone. So I'm guessing that's a yellow, red. They both look like green. We'll have a look. Let's open them and get a little brush. In fact, let's use one of my new brushes and we'll see. I'll stop doing the drawing. I don't know what the quality of these brushes are like or what the price point is either. So, but if any of you have watched me before, you will know. Oh gosh, that's very subtle. I am terrible at keeping my brushes clean and looking after them. That is super, super subtle, that colour. It's not a yellow, it's like a pink. Very cute. It could well just be, I mean, if it is just watercolour that's been loosened down, that's why they're subtle. I've invested in an old tote bag that was in some packing that I'm going to use to brush off my brushes before I wash them. just to stop me making my water so muddy. So this one's a burgundy. It's a bit darker. I'll let them dry and I'll go over with a second coat and just see. For anyone that thinks it's a bit of a waste of a tote bag, just looking to put in my car, there is about 800 tote bags in there, so it's definitely not a waste. The ones that in my boot, they're wasted. This one looks like something that you'd get in a bio bag. My goodness, that really is. Someone from work that got them for me, so I don't think she'll ever watch this. It definitely does look like the contents of a bio bag. Look at the colour of that. And then the last one looks like a dark green. Much more pigmented. It's quite a nice colour. I quite like the pink, but it's weird because in the bottle it looks like Lucozade. I'm going to just do another little coat of that. That doesn't make it any more dark. Tiny bit. There you go. See where I've gone over with the extra coat on there. They're quite nice colours. I'm not sure when I use them, but thank you, Lizzie. They're very cute. It doesn't say on them what colours they're meant to be. But there is on the back here. There is a little colour chart. But I think because they painted them onto this craft box, the colours look different. And let's wait for those to dry. And then I'm going to. So this is me holding it in front of my heater, which is common practice for what I do when I'm sat in the shed a lot, to try and dry things off so that I can carry on. So I'll either sit in front of the heater and do it, or I've got. Don't tell Mark, you're not listening to me. I've got Mark's hot air gun thing, which I sometimes use. Just going to dry it off so I can go over with some pen. Don't know why I'm looking at these, because we all know I'm just going to draw them like a daisy, like a normal cartoon daisy. Let's get a leaf on. That's interesting. Pen didn't want to go over it. Just realised there's an awful lot of me just not. Yeah, you may well wonder where it went, but you don't use it, so it's fine. I get your use out of it. If you ever need it, it's in here along with screwdrivers and things like that you might have lost. I like the way that bile green one has dried a really nice colour, actually. It's kind of a yellow. was meant to be doing a continuous line drawing. I got distracted and took my pen off, so it was a fail. I think this one needs to go back in the water. I'm not a florist, does it show? Okay. The other thing I was going to show you, and I'm going to swatch out, and I am a bit late to the party with this because I feel like everybody has been using these. Well, maybe it's just because I've been watching those videos, but I might have bought myself an early birthday present, which is some Neocolor 2s, and kind of couldn't resist them. They were on Vinted and they were quite cheap. They're about £20 cheaper than they would be to buy from Jackson's, so I thought I would treat myself. So this is the set I got. It's the set of 30, and we'll see if what the colours are like. I know Lou's got a set of 10, and some of the colours are a bit too bright. Sort of work that she does, and so I was a bit worried that these might be as well. So in the box I have got a little, what's it called, leaflet. Doesn't really say a lot. It's got a QR code on, I could scan it, and some stickers, which I probably won't use. I could maybe stick them on my laptop case. And then this is the colour set inside. It's got quite a range of colours. They are all quite bright. I think I'll probably be using the darks more, and the white. I'm just looking at a swatching book, since I treated myself to a swatching book. I'm really worried I'm going to knock these flowers over. Spill water all over the heater and the laptop. So just use my swatching book, and then I can maybe talk and swatch. I'm going to write them out first. That's really boring for you to watch, so apologies. Right, they're numbered. The name and numbered. I'll go with the name. I'm more likely to remember that. Otherwise, I will get muddled up. I feel like this is really, really dull to watch. Maybe I should be writing when we could be talking. We could be painting. I'll write a few out and then I'll swatch them out. What I'm going to do actually is get my black pen and lay some black down, because then I can see what the coverage is like over the black. So I don't want that pen. I need a fatter pen than that. watercolour. Water. Painful, isn't it, guys? Sorry. This one's waterproof. I think one of my pens is leaking. I don't know which one that is. I'll keep up. So, Hannah, are you still here, Hannah? Yeah. Look, I'm here on my own. Oh, you're also there. It's saying I'm the only person in the room now, so I don't know what's going on. So Neocolor 2s, Hannah, they're like a wax crayon, but they're water soluble. So you can use them like a crayon, and then you can add water to them to make them like a paint. But they're really good to going over the top of mixed media painting. So I might do that in a bit with some of the ones that I've been working on recently. But the reason I'm putting down some black lines is so that I can see whether they cover black. It'll just help me see what the opacity is like when I use them. But it probably would be more interesting if you could see what I was doing. If I have it there, you can kind of see, can't you? Not used to being this far over here. I'm normally sat over here when I'm videoing, so. They do go down really nice. They're really smooth to use. Oh, might need the heat gun on that. Melt them back together again. Smooth to use, but a bit fragile. Oh dear. Oops, indeed. Maybe I should melt it with Mark's heat gun. The salmon's actually a really nice colour. I thought that might be a bit disgusting. I was going to say I'm not a pink person. I'm covered in pink. I don't know what's happened to me over the last year. I seem to have acquired lots of pink items. Okay, so these are the first 3 colours, and I'm going to water them down. Maybe I get my easel. Wherever I put that, so you can see what I'm doing. Can anyone see the easel in the room? Where have I put it? It's probably on the floor somewhere. Okay, Katie, what are you done with it? Give me a second. Things popped up. I've had to bring a scarf in because I was so cold. And I was worried that you'd all hear the heater. I feel like a teacher now. Okay. Obviously it's now going to dribble a little bit, so I might have to be a bit careful with the water. Maybe that pen hadn't dried because it's smudged all through it. It's a nice look. I mean, it's not going to stop me carrying on, is it? On the next ones, I'll draw the line further away because it's kind of picking up the ink from the pen. Yeah, the pen's leaking. Just going to dab that. It's going to dribble everywhere, isn't it? Right, next colours. How far did we get? The vermilion, didn't we? What's next? Just realised on the first one I was French, and then I've changed to the English. And I'm not going to bother with the black lines on the next ones. I feel like it's hasn't added anything other than black smudges. They do go down much smoother than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting them to be a bit sticky or something, but they're not. They're really nice to use. I'll let you have a play with them, Hannah, if you like the way they look. I'm going to put this back up. Just so far away, aren't we? I'll bring you a bit closer. It's probably about as close as I can get you. Right, so we'll do the scarlet first. Carmine. It's a bit nothing, isn't it? The pink. That one's quite nice as well. I like these. I am pleasantly surprised. I feel like I just need to go over this yellow one a bit because where it went all black and smudgy. A bit disgusting. Ooh, wrong one. Goodness me, Katie. Where was salmon? Salmon was number 4. I've got them out of order. I can't cope with that. You like the dark ones? Yeah, I mean, we're not even down to the very dark, so it'd be interesting to see what these ones are like. I feel like I'll use them quite a lot on top of my paintings. I'll show you some in a minute that I've been working on that haven't quite gone to plan. But I do get a bit overexcited with the pencils and don't necessarily improve the paintings. But I do have quite a lot of fun doing it, so that is what's important, isn't it? Okay, so we've got violet. Oh, periwinkle blue, like that. There's quite a lot of blues and purples in this set. Ultramarine. Light blue. And cobalt. Missed one out on here. Oh, I missed out the ultramarine. I don't know if they're meant to be that fragile, but I can feel that one. Maybe, or I am quite rough, so maybe I'm just a bit too rough with them. The periwinkle blue is nice. It's like a light lilac. Violet. There we go. That's these ones. That periwinkle is really nice. Let's see what these go like with a bit of water. I'll start with the cobalt. I am a lefty, so I might be adding a bit too much water, or I haven't done a big enough space. That one's cute, isn't it? Oh, hang on, I'm there, out of the way, can't see what I'm doing. There we go. They're quite nice, aren't they? Okay, we're nearly there, I think. Where are we up to? We did the cobalt, was the last one, so then we're on to blue turquoise. I can't spell. And then we're on to the greens. Yellow green. Emerald green. This one's nice. Malachite green, that's a nice colour. And Prussian blue. That's in the wrong place. That's weird. Okay. So it's only weird that it's not with the other blues, that's what I mean. Prussian blue, malachite green. So I think with these, my plan with these is to take them out with me if I'm brave enough to go out painting again. And use them along with watercolours. Okay, so this is where we're at before I put any water on them. That's lovely. Not really sure what I'd use it for, but it's lovely. Been a bit heavy with the water there. Okay. I like the Prussian and the malachite. I'm not sure about the others. Okay, where do we get up to? Yeah, I've only got, so only. We're at olive, dark olive now. Dark olive. Light olive. Ochre. Russet. And it's really anticlimactic brown. There you guys, I've just realised there's a few more of you here, and I've just been ignoring you because I'm colouring in, so I can't multitask. I can't colour in and multitask. I feel like that one's broken as well. It might be. I mean, it might be me and my heavy-handedness. But it also might be that they came through the post. They were nicely wrapped, but they are a vintage buy, so they could well have just been bashed around a little bit in the post. Oh, yeah, that one's gone as well. guess that is the sacrifice we pay for buying discounted art goods on the black market. The light olive is really nice. As is the dark olive. Actually, all 5 of these are really nice colours, which I reckon I'll be using quite a lot because they're all really natural ones. Okay, so let's have a look what we've got here. Oh, the brown's a bit anticlimactic, it's not very dark. I need a little bit more on there. Probably should do it like that, but never mind. No, it's a bit sort of wishy-washy, isn't it? The russet, similar really. I feel like they're nice for drawing over things, but as an underpainting, they'd be a bit there. Like light olive. Light olive's quite nice. And as is the dark olive. I'm not sure on those browns though. They're not doing anything for me. Would you be able to mix? Yeah, I think you could. What I'll do is I'll swatch these ones out and then we'll try and I'll layer a couple over the top of each other, Hannah, and see. But I can't see why you wouldn't be able to mix them. Last couple of colours are umber. It actually looks more like a grey to me. Very excitingly named black. And there's this kind of blue grey, which is just called grey. And then there's a light grey, which is called light grey. And a white. I'm not really sure why I'm swatching the white out. I will just put a black line down to go over the top of with the whites. But we'll do that last. So hopefully the pen has dried and we don't end up with a big black splodge like last time. What are we starting with? The umber. It's quite a grey, just like a dark browny grey rather than the umber. I'm not expecting these to be massively exciting, really, greys and blacks, but we'll do them anyway. The light grey is quite nice. And a white. Okay. So what I've done with the white is I've put down some black pen and just gone over it with a bit of white, and then we've got the others there. See what I mean about this umber? It's kind of like a dark grey, really. Okay. I'm going to end with the white just because I want to give that pen time to dry. Well, it's interesting. It goes slightly more browny once you've diluted it with water. Black is black, grey. It's quite a blue grey. It would be quite a nice sky colour actually. The light grey is a bit nothingy, and then we'll try the white. It's hard to tell how much. I don't think my either my water was dirty, which is likely, or the pen has not dried properly. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So there we go. There's our colours so far. Some of them are really nice. Some are a little bit less exciting. But what colours shall we mix then? I'm going to see if we can do some different greens. Do them in my sketchbook. Using the ones we've got and some of the other colours just to see how well they mix. Choose that light green or yellow. What's that one? The yellow green. So what I'll do, Hannah, is I'm just going to lay down a bit like that and then lay some. I'll one of the other colours over the top. I might go with the cobalt blue actually. Just see what happens there. I'll lay it heavier and then a bit less so we can see what goes on. So you see I've laid it down quite heavy. Oh gosh, this is backwards there, and then a bit less. I'll get a different brush because I feel like I need a slightly bigger brush for this. We'll just go along the bottom, I think. It's a good dribble, isn't it? Oh gosh, that didn't quite go to plan, but yes, they mix. I think I just went a bit heavy on the water. But yeah, it's going to dribble everywhere. I think what you can also then lay down a little bit more. Probably go, no, it doesn't work very well in the water. But if you wet the tip, so you can sort of wet the tip in the water, and then it goes down even smoother. You can get some quite interesting marks there. Although I did just... What I was going to do, let me grab a painting that I want to work over. Yeah, luckily. Okay, I've got this one. So, do chucking it on a board really. Let me stick this on board. This is my trusty, it's actually for printing. I use it for rolling ink out, but when I'm feeling lazy and can't walk to the other side of the shed, I'll use it to tape the paper onto as well. So I've got this landscape that I was working on. That's actually going to be out for this week's video, and none of them went to plan. So that's a spoiler alert for you. They were all just didn't work. So I thought I would paint over the top of them or do some mixed media over the top of them. And these actually would be perfect for that, wouldn't they? Because I've got nothing to lose, so we can have a play with the near colours on them. Oh, it's not sticking. It's so cold in here today that my board is not sticky. Excuse me. Bend over. Use this instead. My painting board, like my wooden one, is too big, and there's no way I'd get it in on this image, so I'll just stick it to this bit of cardboard. And I'll watch how much I bodge everything nowadays in here. Probably don't need to stick it down, but I thought it would be easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. If it's on a board, I can pop it on the easel. So it's just on the back of a watercolour pad. I'll use my little travel easel. Oh, I need to be down. It's a bit bouncy, sorry. So this is one of the failed paintings from this week's video. It'll be out tomorrow. So let's pull out some colours. I'm going to have to use that malachite green because I just really like it. I don't know if I can draw back to front. So I just want to get some lines in really, because you know how I love a line. do go down much nicer than a watercolour pencil. So I do tend to use a lot of watercolour pencils when I'm doing lines over my paintings. But these are much, much softer. Quite light. Let's get. I might grab a watercolour pencil and we can contrast them, compare. Can anyone see them? I was using them this morning, so they can't be far away. Yeah, on the floor. I haven't got. I think probably the closest colour I've got is this dark greeny one. But anyone that doesn't know, the Smith, I use the Smith ones because I've had them for about 20 years. But you can still buy watercolour pencils from Smiths. I don't know if they're still any good. I have got other ones, but these ones, I don't know, I just like the colour set and I feel like they go down quite nicely. So let's put some of these next to each other. So the colours are fairly similar. So the marks over this side are from the pencil and this side are from the near colours. So let's put a little bit of water on and just see how they compare. Problem with this is it's just lifting the colour, isn't it? It's not really doing anything because it's just lifting the watercolour up. Not my best work. But you can then go over with the pencils and near colour to get some quite interesting marks. Kind of move that water around a bit with the crayon. Yeah. Not sure about this. Just get a bit more water on. Is not my Mark or Ren. I'm not sure who's in the room there. So I quite like. I need to dry it quickly before I show you. Where I've gone back over it, some of the marks are still showing, and I like that. Plastic's probably going to melt on those. You see marks underneath it. It's still a bit shiny, isn't it? Let's dry it off. Anyway, how are you doing? Is there anybody there other than Hannah and Mark? With my thing, I don't know what that means. With your thing, oh, you mean I'm in there with your hot air gun thing? Yes, I am. I'm not even going to apologise for it. Okay, is it dried off? It's dried off enough to show you, I think. Can you see? No, you can't even really see. I feel like this camera is probably not good enough quality to show the marks. Right, I'm going to have to lay it down to do a bit of drawing on it because I can't do it at an angle. And with my left hand, it's a little bit. Yeah, I think it's shiny probably because it's still a bit wet, Hannah. I did throw away the original image because it's on the floor. of what this one was meant to look like. It's in the bin. This is what I was drawing. You can see how terribly it came out. I mean, it's the right shapes, but it's definitely not the right image. But I might be able to. I wonder if I can use some of this white to sort this background out, because the background is just terrible. Maybe I should use a brush, not a flat brush. Use one of my birthday brushes. Oh, I've lost a thing already. So I've just used some white. I'm just trying to knock back this sky a little bit. I'm not sure I like them wet. I like the dry marks that they give off, but when they're wet, they kind of, yeah, I'm not as much of a fan. You can probably see now why I do so many time lapses on my video, because I sit in silence a lot in here and stare. That's yeah, it's not making it any better. So I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm just making it messier. I'm going to stop. So that's the Neocolor 2s. I think I'm going to enjoy using them, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to use them. I don't know how I'm going to use them. But as you know, owning art supplies is a bit of an addiction, and one has to have it all. So, right. What is the plan? Hannah, anything you want me to do? Otherwise, I might do a little sketch of something, but I'm not sure what, in my sketchbook. I've got to record a couple of shorts, so we could do a little short. I can work out. I'm going to have to film it from above, and then what about the flowers I started? Well, I didn't really start it. I did a little scribble, and it wasn't my best work. But yeah, we could. I don't know that I could do them with the near colours. What can I do for that? So I think when it comes to drawing, I can only really do it when I'm doing single line drawing. I find easier than trying to draw it properly. I was going to say, where's my little watercolour book? What did I do with that? That's probably on the floor as well. You can have a look through that, and I could take some inspiration from that. Anyway, I can't remember where I put it. Can you see it? I film my videos. I am just sat in here staring around the shed trying to find stuff that I've. Not even a big shed, is it? There it is. So I've got this little drawer in. I mean, I could draw in. These are the sorts of style of flowers that I want to do. And I could use these as inspiration, but maybe put in some fake colours. They look so super easy, but when it comes to doing them, they're not as easy as they look. Or this style. You see here, like it's really loose, probably done with, I mean this is watercolour, but it looks like it's done with ink, more watercolour, but something like that would be quite fun. Or we could go with a little pussycat with some flowers in its hair. Should we do a pussycat? Or what other animals? Could we do a rabbit? Sure. She's got some rabbits in here. We could do something like that. Let's do a rabbit. I'm going to have to set my camera up though above so that I can record the short. Okay. Is the camera's in the way, isn't it? Right. I'll go above and then zoom on. Right. Shall we do? Now you're not going to be able to watch me drawing it and be on the live stream. So I'll show you it after I've drawn it. We'll use the near colours. Right. Hannah, what colour rabbit shall I do? Give me a colour. Out of these, that is. It doesn't have to be a real rabbit colour. Grey. Oh, that's exciting. How about grey and blue? Can I put a blue in there just to make it a little bit more interesting? These two? Or the light grey? Maybe the light grey and blue. Okay. Must remember to record. I'm going to do, well, this is not a very hard shape to do actually. It's like a sausage stroke. That's it. Just realised I need to wait for it to dry before I go on with the next colours, or at least semi-dry. Right, this is where we are at the moment. It's very exciting. It's a brown, a sort of overly circle. I'm just going to dry that off a little bit. You're all too slow. I've already done it in the light grey. I can do the purple. Okay. Let me get my swatches and we can. Oh, can we do the periwinkle? That was not dark, but I do like the periwinkle. I can find it. Was it that one? Was that one periwinkle? Yeah. Okay. Just realised, oh, that's why it was up there, wasn't it? It was in. It was just Spotty Rabbit. And it's going to have little pink cheeks. Mainly because my daughter does pink cheeks on characters and they always look cute. So this is what it looks like before I wet it. Okay, stop recording for a second. It's not looking like a rabbit just yet, but I need to get some legs and a tail on. So should I do the dark purple for that one? We'll go with the violet. That's the darkest purple, I think. Or we could use the Prussian blue. No. Let's go with the violet. And I'm going to pop in some legs. This lady's not got a her legs. She doesn't have back legs, which I kind of can't cope with. But I'm going to wet those and then we'll do the face. The legs do look a little bit odd. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it all looks a little bit odd, but the legs look really odd. They need to be a little bit fatter. It doesn't look particularly rabbit-like. It looks more like a dog or something. This is not my best work. I'm just debating how I can show you it without. I think it's safe to say I'm not going to be putting this up as a short. What can we do with that to make that look less awful? Pen. Let's go with some pen. I don't know if actually it'd be interesting to see whether the fine liner goes over the top of it. I'm not sure if it will or not. Oh no, it does. Let's turn this back on just in case we can pull it back to something that's. Oh no, it doesn't. It's just I was lucky there, I think. No, it's too waxy, obviously, because it's wax. Let's try the fine line. The brush pen might work though. Yeah, it's hard to tell what species this is. It's definitely not bunny. That is terrible. You know, sometimes using other people's books for inspiration works. Today did not. Not to say it won't on the next one. Let's try again. So the tape was a bit pointless. Right, let's go to the next page. Let's try something else. I'm sure we can make this work. What I might do is draw it out first and then go in. What animal should we do this time? Because I don't know that I can. Can I redeem myself? Should we see if I can redeem myself on a rabbit? Okay. I feel like rabbits need big chunky bums, really, don't they? Like big butt with a big butty tail. And this chinchilla, they're grey, aren't they? It's a very surprised chinchilla. I've got to let that dry before I put the thing on it. I can't even show you it, it's that bad. I just think maybe I've lost my mojo. The video that I did this week to upload tomorrow, it didn't work, and today is not working. I think it's possible. One does lose one's mojo sometimes, don't they? Right, let's try again with this dark grey. See if I can make it look a little bit less dodgy. And we're going to go purple spots. They do draw beautifully though. They're really nice. They lay down nicely. It's just my talent that's the issue. It's not the materials. I'm not really sure what this is actually. It's more of a could be a character from Monsters Inc. maybe. Are you ready? Oh, wow. That's what I say. So it's grey moved around. I think maybe I should have. Yeah, it is interesting indeed. I think maybe rather than painting today, I should have come and used my new secateurs and done some gardening. The good thing with the live stream is I can just delete it after the event. Like, I can delete the whole live stream. There'll be no evidence of how terrible this was. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe, just maybe, cartoon animals is not my forte. It's a bit like a zombie, you know, like. You better not scream and forwarded it, Mark. Look, there we go. I think it's a look. Let me just get a bit of paint on that. It's definitely a look. I'm going to go in with some red in the background because I feel like it reflects the horror of the creature that I've created. It does look like something that could be a Halloween rabbit. Okay, particularly. This is not my strength, clearly. Right. Poor bunny, indeed. I think, yeah, it's very sad, isn't it? Oh, Merry Christmas and a happy birthday. Thank you. I'm giving you all nightmares. So my birthday present to you all is me presenting you with nightmares. This book is by Terry Runyon, and I think I mean they look practically identical. I think I've done her proud. Now there was one other thing I wanted to do. Here it is. Are you ready to be blinded? It doesn't actually look as bright in the screen as it is in real life. So I've got this neon yellow paint, and I've wanted to do some pink over the top of it. I don't know if I've got the right pink. So there's this purple, which is almost. I saw an advert with a pink and yellow and sort of neon, and I was just in love. So I'm going to actually draw one of these flowers. I might do the rose. You can't see the rose, can you? Okay. I'm so going to knock these over. I'm going to try and do a continual line drawing, but that might not work. It's very dull for you, isn't it? It's like as I've discovered, I can't talk and draw. This pink is not vibrant enough though to. I wanted something sort of neon pink, really. This is where we're at so far. I wanted to put a bit of colour on it, make it darker, but I don't want to lose all the lines. So, can't find my favourite pencil. There it is. Going over with some pencil lines where the I mean, I love those colours together. Absolutely not. Oh wow, the green with it. Look at that. You can't really see that green with it is amazing. You've seen how I dress in these videos. I do like a little bit of clashing colour. That's pretty intense. I like it a lot. That's good. I haven't got a fluorescent pink though. That's what I would really like. Something quite fluorescent. I'm just layering the, what's this one called? This one is just called pink over that violet there. And that's come out quite nicely. But again, it's not quite the neon that I was hoping for. I think I prefer these when I've not put water on. And you can get the marks, the lines and stuff on them. There we go. There's a, how do I hold it? There's a rose. It's that rose. Looks just like it, doesn't it? From the angle I was at. Slightly different colour, but I feel like I need to start painting on neon yellow. It's kind of gross, but great at the same time. So, oh, you like it, Hannah? That's the fact that you and I both like it. I think is slightly worrying because neither of us have got great colour sense, have we? So, right, how long have we been going? We're going on nearly an hour and a half, and I've managed to make some nightmares come true. Swatch out vanilla colours and blind everyone's retinas. I do need to get a short done, so I will try and do that with you guys. And then if I fail, I'll say see you later to you lot. And hang on, someone's talking to me in here. Can't turn that one upside down. It doesn't recognise my face. Right, what shall I do for my short, guys? Any ideas? Yeah, I like the pink and yellow. I think they're very cool together. Oh, the chair is falling apart. I do feel like I need to do this as doing it a bit of a disservice, really, haven't I? I guess with her, what she's done is just started doing shapes and then worked over the top. So maybe that's what I need to do. I quite like these. You see these berry ones? They're quite cool. Try and do some of those. I'll draw them out first though, because so I'm just going to, this is the pencil that's out, and as it is standard for me, I often just use what's out already because I'm too lazy to find things to paint. So I guess I'm going to have to get it out actually, because otherwise people watching on the short will not know what it is. So this is what I'm going to do, this one here. just do it from above. This is very interesting for you. Can't see anything. It's going to be like a big surprise when you watch the short. And then we've got the leaf. So that heat is getting hot. I'll actually stop it for a second. I want to get that leaf in. I really like this one big flat leaf. Okay, so I've got the outline in. Now I'm going to go with a bit of, there isn't a lot of colour in it, but a little bit of colour. And as is my normal, I'm kind of just scribbling them in. So I'm using the green. The colours aren't quite, it's what I've got. So now I'm going to be slightly careful when watering these down, because cleverly I've drawn it with watercolour pencil. Could do with that's not the right colour either, but it is what it is. Kind of like a dusty green. Green. I don't know what I'm going to use for these berries, because they're not really yellow. They're kind of cream, but I don't have a cream. Although the paper's kind of cream. I should have just used that. Right, let's chuck some water on it. Oh, now the berries are red now because I didn't clean my brush. There's a shocker. You'll be so surprised to hear that, won't you? Okay. Let's try again. So I'm deliberately being messy. I'm being rough with my brushes because that's the look I like. But I'm sure anybody that don't have to be messy like me can do it with a bit of finesse. Might be messy. There's a little bit of shadow down there. And some of these berries need a bit of shadow too. Really naff. Okay, I'm just outlining it with the favourite one, the malachite green. Just add a little bit of line to it. But it's probably needs a little bit of background or something to it. There you go. I think I do like them. I just can't. I need to work out in what context I'm going to use them, I think. I do want a bit more line to it. I think. I don't know, Katie. I'm just going to make it even worse. I'm just going to square it off and then we'll stop. What are these called, these berry things? Does anybody know? I can't name it because I don't know what it is. They kind of need to be a bit flatter, don't they? They've got a flat bum to them, a bit like that rabbit. The pencils goes over it a little bit, but not too much. This is quite a soft pencil. That I also nicked. This shed is full of stolen goods. This was my daughter's. It's not an art pencil. It's a Smiggle pencil, but it's just right. So she's lost it forever. Okay, we don't know what it's called, but there it is. That's my finished sketch of this berry thing here. Oh dear. And I can't even get rid of it because it's in a sketchbook. And nor should I suppose. I should just embrace it. Right, let's date it. 26. As was this. Goodness me, definitely not my best day today or best weekend, to be fair. Oh, you like it. I'm glad you like it, Hannah. Right, I think I'm going to call it now. It's been I've been on an hour and a half, and I think it's fair to say it's not been the most successful hour and a half of painting, but that's okay. I wasn't expecting it to be, I guess, bearing in mind I'm doing it in front of people, and normally I can just edit out what I don't want you to see, and today I couldn't. So next time, if there is a next time, I will maybe come with an idea and have I want to have the other camera down so you can see what I'm doing, and that would be a lot easier, I think. Oh, I'm glad you like the neon as well. Thank you. No, I don't know where I'd use it, but oh, you have neon paint, but you don't know where to use it. Well, I mean, feel free to paint it on and then chuck roses over the top. I don't know if I've got any in here. I have done, actually, yes, I have. neon underpainting before. So if you've got this was pink underneath. You can see the flecks of the neon pink. So I do sometimes underpaint with neon and then just cover most of it up. I just like the fact that sometimes a little bit of vibrancy comes through. And I think this one was neon as well, but not yellow. This one was like a neon blue. You can kind of see. So I think they're quite good for underpainting, but that's probably the only time I've ever used it, really. Okay. Right, I am going to I was going to say have a stiff drink. I don't drink. Maybe I'll have a snowball. It's not very stiff. Snowball, Laura Bailey's, and then I'm going to come in and try and do a video for next week. I don't know what I'm doing yet, so maybe I need to have a think, because otherwise we're going to end up with something a bit random like last week's that didn't go to plan. So have a lovely rest of your Boxing Day, and I will see you soon. Bye.